One of the most popular theories in Hazbin Hotel is that Alastor may be working for Lucifer, and while at first glance that might seem silly to some people, there is some interesting evidence within the show to support this. But why exactly would Lucifer be sending someone in to ruin his daughter's grand plans? Hazbin Hotel is of course premised on its main character, Charlie Morningstar, repurposing an old hotel owned by her family into a rehabilitation center for sinners, with the hope that they can make arrangements for sinners who better themselves to get into heaven. The reason Charlie wants to do this is to create more room in hell so fewer people have to die in the annual extermination, where angels known as exorcists come down to kill as many earthborn sinners as they can. Earthborn sinners are immortal in hell as they do not age and cannot be killed by physical means. According to VivziePop and series writer Adam Nalen, any sinner that is mortally wounded has a painful regeneration process. Demons consumed entirely, such as with cannibals, as seen in the prequel comics, will manifest again similar to how they first manifested in hell after dying on Earth, but again it will be a torturous process. These angels come down with special angelic weapons that are the only things capable of permanently injuring or killing a demon. While Angel has joked about this leading to double hell in the pilot, VivziePop said in early live streams that she imagined the sinner's consciousness permanently ending, and their evil energy disappearing into that which permeates all of hell. Charlie grew up in a place of privilege, protected from self-destructive vices, so she does not entirely understand the issues that earthborn sinners face, let alone if rehabilitating one would grant them any access to heaven. Because of this, her only patron is of course Angel, who wants to use it as a free place to live so he can save money and escape his abusive relationship with Valentino. After her news broadcast, however, Alastor made his way to the hotel and offers to be of help to Charlie, but is clearly intending to cause trouble so he can enjoy the drama that unfolds. Alastor is a powerful demon, an overlord at that, one who came in and immediately started toppling over all the other overlords who had been in place, making room for the modern overlords such as Vox, Valentino, and Velvet, who would bring hell into a technologically driven enslavement and farming of its people through vice. Most overlords seem to build up power through dealing with souls over time after manifesting, but Alastor came in being notably more powerful than most any demon had ever first appeared as, leading many to question where he got those powers. On Earth, he was a radio show host, inspiring his power set in Hell, where he seems to have complete control over the airways. Even in the new Hazbin Hotel promo art for the actual hotel, we can see that a radio tower was added just so that he can continue doing his own little radio show that the people of Hell are forced to listen to if they use a radio. On Earth, Alastor lived in New Orleans, Louisiana, famous for its culture of voodoo that Charlie claims is the type of demon magic Alastor wields in the pilot. He was also a notorious serial killer. However, in early live streams, VivziePop said that Alastor was more like Dexter, and that his focus was more about killing bad people. In the Alastor prequel comic, we see that he enjoys time in the cannibal colony where he shops regularly for demon meat. If the demon was killed by normal means, this would be painful, as would their regenerating or remanifesting process, but it would not be life-ending the way it would be on Earth. There is also the possibility of a market that uses the meat of demons killed by angelic weapons, as after the annual extermination, we can see one demon picking up some dead bodies and putting them into a bin titled Meat. Though we don't know if anyone is using angelic weapons specifically to kill sinners in order to facilitate their own meat market. In this particular comic, Alastor sees a butcher attempting to take a small customer and turn them into a product at the shop, but Alastor steps in and ends up eating the actual butcher himself. This led me to think that Alastor may have eaten the people he killed on Earth, and perhaps, like Dexter, his decisions to kill was fueled more so by his desire to eat human flesh than to be good. It is possible that eating human flesh was part of the demonic deals he made, all a part of the various rituals and spells he was doing, thus giving him an extra incentive to do it. Regardless, some combination of these things is what I believe gave Alastor his exceptional powers when he manifested in Hell, allowing him to topple over overlords, but it also raises the question of who exactly he made these demonic deals with. Now, I don't think that the story will necessarily reveal that Alastor was making handshake deals directly with Lucifer, but rather, at the top of every pyramid, at the end of every crazy hell scheme, Lucifer is there pulling the strings, doling out demonic power and calling in favors when necessary. Anything that doesn't truly have his support, he would just call in several favors to get destroyed. Charlie will realize it's not enough to fix the sinners, but that she has to fix their environment. But at the end of any rabbit hole she goes down trying to fix those issues, she's going to find her father, and realize that the only thing really making people suffer here is not him just allowing it to happen, but him wanting it to happen. Explained in my previous video about whether or not Lucifer is the serpent from the Garden of Eden, the very long history of Lucifer as a mythological character, with the most relevant interpretation here being that of him as the prideful figure who believes his light to be more beautiful than God's. Lucifer, as an angel, prided himself as being above God, and thus was cast out of heaven and down to hell, but of course he doesn't stop there. God created Earth and humans. As priding himself above God, Lucifer wants the humans for himself. The theme of Lucifer as the king of hell is that of ruining God's creations to upset God, all while maintaining the idea that it is an improvement. Lucifer would have too much pride to let God have human souls, and would much rather see them ruined or permanently destroyed than return to God. In fact, in early live streams, it was indicated that Lucifer helps arrange the annual exterminations each year, though I cannot say if this will still be true by the time Hazbin Hotel airs. Because of this, Lucifer could never allow the Hazbin Hotel to thrive, yet he couldn't openly oppose it either, as that would upset his daughter. Lucifer, of course, was not the serpent in the Garden of Eden as originally conceived, and in fact, Satan is the devil associated with the serpent in the New Testament. However, in the show, Lucifer carries the apple and snake imagery that indicates that he was the one behind the serpent in the Garden of Eden, even if he was not the serpent himself. Likewise, all he would need to do to destroy his daughter's hotel was to treat it like its own Garden of Eden, and insert a serpent who himself is only interested in creating chaos and watching everything fall apart, not realizing that he is only there because of a great evil force with a specific agenda to maintain power. Alastor may have had a direct order from some demonic power he answers to in exchange for his voodoo magics, or he may be being led somewhat blindly into the hotel by Lucifer or the other demons that he made deals with dark influence. It may even be possible that Alastor came into the hotel not working for Lucifer, but in due time will make a deal with Lucifer to ensure the destruction of the hotel, all just to see Charlie's fallout when she realizes that she was betrayed by her own father. The possibilities are endless here, but even if you do not believe that Alastor is working directly for Lucifer, there does seem to be the possibility for them to be connected through some dark voodoo magics and deals made when Alastor was on Earth. But if Alastor is the serpent, it raises the question of what exactly in the hotel is the forbidden fruit that Angel would have to eat in order to be kicked out. All of this in my next video, Will Husk betray Angel? Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss it, and if you want to see it early, sign up for our YouTube memberships here on the channel. I post the videos as soon as I finish editing them, sometimes just the day before, and sometimes days before. See you guys next time!